But what we need to talk to Merce about now is what happened at the Emirates today.
The football world has been thrown into absolute chaos following the shocking news that Mosquera, and Gykoroes are all returning to full fitness just days before a crucial Champions League clash. What was expected to be a routine preparation week has instead exploded into a storm of controversy, leaving fans, pundits, and rival clubs alike scrambling to react. Supporters are divided. Some are celebrating the long-awaited return of their favorite stars, while others are furious, claiming that reintegrating these players so quickly is reckless and could jeopardize the team's performance. Social media has erupted, with fiery debates, viral clips, and endless analysis dominating timelines across platforms. Every angle of their return is being scrutinized, from fitness levels to timing, and even potential strategic manipulation. Analysts and rival clubs alike are questioning whether the trio should be cleared for such an intense competition or if the decision is simply a bold gamble. The timing has created a perfect storm, ensuring that what should have been a standard build-up to a match has instead become one of the biggest talking points in European football. His return is perhaps the most talked about development. Known for his creativity, vision, and ability to control the flow of the game, he is a player who can transform a match in an instant. His sudden clearance to play has sparked heated debates across forums, social media, and sports channels. Critics question whether he has been sufficiently tested and whether he can handle the physical intensity of a Champions League fixture after being sidelined. Yet, despite the doubts, fans are ecstatic to see him back in action. Every leaked clip of his in training has become a topic of intense debate, with supporters insisting he looks sharp and critics warning that any misstep could prove costly. Analysts argue over whether his creative influence alone can offset the risks associated with his return, highlighting how one player's fitness can create a domino effect on the entire squad. Mosquera's comeback adds a different layer of intrigue and controversy. As the defensive backbone of the team, his absence had forced tactical adjustments, leaving the backline vulnerable in high-pressure matches. His return is seen as a potential game-changer, but questions linger over his readiness to handle the pace and intensity of top-level European football after a period on the sidelines. Rival clubs have begun analyzing his every movement, looking for weaknesses and testing whether his reintegration will disrupt the defensive rhythm that has been established during his absence. Mosquera's presence not only restores defensive solidity but also injects leadership and confidence across the squad. However, critics argue that rushing him back could backfire spectacularly, creating tension and uncertainty in a match where mistakes are magnified, and the smallest error can determine the outcome. The debate over Mosquera's return has dominated press conferences, media discussions, and fan chatter, with each new update sparking fresh speculation about the risks and rewards. Gykoroes' return completes the trio and amplifies the controversy even further. Known for his explosive pace, physicality, and finishing ability, his presence drastically alters the team's attacking dynamic. His sudden availability has caused fans to erupt in celebration, flooding social media with reactions ranging from disbelief to sheer excitement. At the same time, critics warn that pushing him back into action could be dangerous, potentially compromising his fitness or risking a relapse. Analysts dissect every movement he makes in training clips, debating whether the team's reliance on his offensive threat is too high given the timing of his comeback. Gykoroes' return has created a polarizing situation. On one hand, he significantly boosts the team's chances of dominating the opposition. On the other, he adds an element of unpredictability and risk that opponents and pundits are keen to exploit. The uncertainty surrounding his readiness has ensured that the conversation surrounding the Champions League clash is as much about controversy and drama as it is about football tactics and skill. The simultaneous return of all three players has created an unprecedented atmosphere of tension and debate. What should have been a normal week of tactical preparation has turned into a European spectacle, drawing attention from fans, journalists, and analysts across the continent. The Champions League clash is no longer just a match, it has become a microcosm of controversy, suspense, and drama. Every press conference, social media post, and leaked training clip adds fuel to the fire, with supporters, rivals, and pundits weighing in on whether the club's decision is bold genius or reckless gamble. The discussion has spread far beyond the pitch, becoming a headline-grabbing narrative that dominates football news cycles and trends across platforms. Fans dissect every potential lineup, every tactical option, and every possible impact the trio could have, debating endlessly about whether their return gives the team a competitive advantage or sets up a risk too great to manage. Beyond the technical and tactical implications, the psychological impact of their return cannot be overstated. For the players who have been carrying extra responsibility during the absences of Mosquera, and Gykoroes, the return of the trio provides both relief and new pressure. Competition for starting positions has intensified, training sessions have grown more intense, and the energy within the squad has reached unprecedented levels. The manager, who had been focused on patching weaknesses, can now plan assertively, exploring combinations and strategies that were impossible without the full complement of stars. But this also comes with tension, as every decision regarding who starts, how they are rotated, and how quickly they are reintegrated becomes fodder for criticism and speculation. The stakes are enormous, and every choice carries the weight of the controversy surrounding the comeback. The Champions League clash now carries an intensity that extends far beyond the game itself. Fans, pundits, and rivals are all watching, dissecting, and debating what this return means. Ucl's creativity, Mosquera's defensive authority, and Gykoroes' attacking firepower have the potential to transform the team's performance, but each player's sudden reappearance raises critical questions about readiness, risk, and fairness. Supporters are ecstatic yet anxious, analysts are fascinated yet critical, and rival clubs are strategizing against a team whose dynamics have shifted dramatically overnight. What was meant to be a normal, albeit important, European fixture has become a dramatic, headline-grabbing, and controversy-filled spectacle that will be remembered long after the final whistle. The return of these three stars is not just a boost, it is a lightning rod for debate, a catalyst for discussion, and the central story of the European Football Week. The match will be defined not only by what happens on the pitch but by the drama, tension, and controversy their comeback has ignited. Europe is watching, and nobody will be calm for a single second of this historic night.